Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm heading to the print store because I've had some orders in and I'm going to go and fulfill those orders with the guys at the print studio because I want to sign some of them and just be there for the first ones to be printed off. I won't be there for all of them, but I'll explain that later on. Before we do that, myself and Roxanne are going to go for a little bit of a walk along the coastal path, and then I will go to the print store and sort all of that. So stick around to see whether or not I sign your print. So the walk that we're doing this morning is from this area here, which is called Porthgain. So Porthgain is down in Pembrokeshire. We're going from Porthgain walking over to Blue Lagoon in Aberystwyth, where we're going to go for a bit of a swim and enjoy the beautiful sunshine before I do head over to that print studio. But it's so beautiful. Look at that. I want to talk a little bit about this lens. This is not a sponsored video in any way, shape or form, but recently my 16-35 f2.8 G Master decided to die after 4 years, so I had to buy a new lens, which is this, which is the 16-28 f2.8 from Sigma, which actually is surprising me. It's nice and super light to use, it's easy to use, and it's got an internal zoom.
What's the difference between that and the... What would be the difference between the internal and the external zoom?
Well, firstly, for like if you want to balance this on a tripod, if you want to balance this on a gimbal or anything, then it's not going to upset the balance.
Oh yeah, because it doesn't come out.
Yeah, it's the same balance.
Okay.
But on top of that, you don't have anything, you know, with like some lenses, when you externally zoom,
Yeah.
dust can get in and out.
Ah, yeah.
Whereas you don't have that problem with this because it's all
That's cool.
internal,
I didn't know that.
which is great. Hello.
Literally perfect items.
I'm also realising that I kind of need a black background. This looks really nice.
Everybody says about the black. Everybody.
This is sick. Right, sorry guys, I'm gonna move in.
Let me have a little look.
Look at that. That looks so good. I do have a question for you actually. How long have you been printing for?
20 years.
For 20
I can
years?
tell you that.
Okay, well on my website,
It says 10.
I did say 10 plus, 10 plus
It does
years.
say 10 plus, yeah.
I can now put 20 plus years,
Yeah, you
which
can.
sounds even better.
Yeah.
I was going to put it initially, but because I know you told me, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to put it, and then you're like, I'm not being very
Initially, it started in 2000.
There you go, Squire.
Thank you.
Okay, so all we're doing, because this is the first time I'm printing, we're just making sure that the print that I've given the guys is marrying up with what I've got on the website, so then when an order comes through, like these, it all marries up so that they can just process it and fulfill it from here.
Border?
Yeah, I think we should do a border.
I
Would you say,
recommend
yeah.
a border, yeah.
So all prints will come with a border because that allows you, when you put a frame on it, it gives you a bit of breathing room. Is that what you, yeah? That's what you'd say? Yeah. They're all nodding their head, but they don't want to talk on camera. They're all like, yeah. Okay, so we've done the first three, we put it through, we're going to send it through to the printer, and then we're doing this as a bit of a test to make sure everything all looks good without wasting paper. Because if it does look good, then we can use these prints. But if it doesn't, then we can just make some adjustments. Because when you're printing, they do come out slightly darker than you envision, because a lot of us, like I was just told, edit on monitors that are too bright, which is what I do apparently. I'll do that wrong because I was just there editing. He's like, oh, yeah, the screen's a bit too bright. So if you are editing with a bright screen, just keep in mind, if you are going to print your photos, just make them maybe a stop or two a bit brighter so they come out a little bit nicer. So we're going to see whether or not these come out okay, or whether or not I'm going to have to increase the brightness on the prints. Okay, so the reason I chose this paper is because I didn't want anything too matte, and I didn't want anything too glossy, and I feel like this is a nice kind of middle ground. It's got a nice weight to it. All of the details, again, I'm going to link the actual paper below so you can have a look at the paper, just so you can kind of know what you're getting prints on, but also I'll put the blurb on the screen somewhere. But we're going to load this up. Well, I'm not. They are.
You can load it up.
No, I'm not loading it up. I don't want to break anything.
Can you pronounce Hanamula?
No, I can't say it.
Exactly.
Hanamula.
Can you spell it?
Yeah, H-A-H.
Without looking.
So for those that don't know, what you have to do is when you're printing properly and not just printing at home, you have to let it sit, especially when you're using different types of paper. So how long do you think this would have to sit for?
A couple of hours, good.
Yeah, to dry properly. Because obviously you can't just take it straight out of the printer, roll it up and send it, because it'll just ruin the print. So it'll sit like this, just to flatten out, dry out, then the guys can pack it up and ship it off. But they look great, straight off the bat, they look really good. So one of the reasons I chose this paper in the first place was that it had this texture to it, which wasn't too, I didn't want like old film paper, but I kind of wanted that feel. And this was a nice kind of like middle ground. And the paper, I'll try and show it on the screen, but it's just so nice, the texture you get once the ink sets down into the paper and it starts drying. It just looks really nice. So as these are the first prints that have been ordered, I'm going to sign them. A few people have asked me to sign, but I'm going to sign them all anyway. If you've asked me to sign or had a specific place you want me to sign, then I will be signing it on the front for those people. For those that haven't asked for a specific place, I will be doing it on the back, just so it's not on the actual photo itself. Because I can't see.
Can you see through it?
Slightly. I'm just going to put SB on ours.
That's the worst part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is actually. I didn't think I was going to care about that, but that's a bit stressy. I think it's because I want to make sure that they're nice and people enjoy them, and I don't want to
It's the right thing to do.
I don't want to ruin it.
What's nice, can you see it's definitely all drying back, they're going smooth, it's
Yeah.
lovely then. You're doing them all yourself.
So I'll pull these quite tight.
Right, before I leave, I'm just going to have a quick look at these because they've kind of settled now. It's lying on this where they're all just drying and sitting down nicely. They're looking quite nice, aren't they? The colours actually, on this drone shot here, the colours on that have actually worked out really well. I was a bit hesitant about the drone stuff because it is the Mini 3 Pro. It's not like the Mavic or anything like that, but really good considering. This shot here with the motion, big fan of that. So far, the one of Mount Fuji's been the best seller, so if you want to add to that, feel free to head down and have a look at the store. But there is a ton on there. I'm going to explain now a little bit about the store and how to navigate around it now that it's all set up and you can understand how to use it properly. How does the print store look now? So initially I had different categories for each print, and what I've done now is I've made it a lot more simpler. So when you actually go onto the site and you go onto prints, there are now, if you go onto the print page, and then on that print page is basically all of the prints. And then if there's something specific that you want, like F1 or landscape, then you can select category, and then it will show you, let's say F1, and then it's going to show you the prints on that page. And then if you want to have a little bit more in detail, you click on one, it'll open up and it'll give you a bigger image, and then obviously the framed image, just giving you an idea of what it can look like in a frame. None of the prints come in a frame, but they do come in A4, A3, A2, and A1. Now, I just want to show you a little bit more about this lens that I was talking about at the beginning of the video. So for a really long time, I've been trying to find a wide lens that is good for vlogging and to have in the kit bag. Now, I have a 12-24 G Master, but it is a big lens. This, as you can see, is nice and small and compact and is very light. It's a Sigma 16-28 f2.8 and I really like it. Earlier on in the video I was talking about the internal zoom, and that's what I mean. So you see when I'm zooming, it's not changing anything on the outside. It actually internally zooms. so you don't have any of the external zoomage. I just thought I'd get a couple of shots quickly here on Piccadilly just to see what it looks like. I haven't taken any photos with this actually yet, and I just thought it'd be nice to sit here, get a couple on Piccadilly to end this video off nicely. There is a cyclist going through the frame. We'll get it at 28mm. Nice little panning shot of the guy going through. I think it might be nice to get a nice little long exposure because, well, why not? We'll go ISO 50, 60 per second, and I think I'll just quickly cross over. I'm going to put it in drive mode high plus, and I'll get the bus going through in the OG location. Okay, nice. Baby person on the bike, 28mm. Nice little panning shot. We are at 100th of a second, so it'll be nice and sharp. What it should be, anyway. One of this taxi going through the frame as well. I think we got one of the driver then, which was nice. Okay, I just thought that was a nice way to round off the video, just getting a couple of photos that you've seen. Print store is linked below, and I'm going to be doing some more videos on this soon. Create more, stress less, and I'll see you in the next one.